Hello. Today I'm covering Coca-Cola. I'm doing financial analysis over it. Of the brand we love, is it healthy or succeeding? How does it hold up to its main competitors in its field? First of all, the beginning is invented in 1886 by Dr. Pemberton, and basically his idea went along, and it was founded in 1892 as like the company. The company has over 700,000 employees today and 225 plus bottling partners. And what's important about them, why they're successful, over 200 countries, just globe wide reach. So the Coca-Cola company markets, manufactures, sells beverage, basically your drinks, they've any type of soft drink, basically any type of non-alcoholic beverage. All right, their vision or their mission is refresh the world, make a difference. And now their vision is to craft the brands and choice of drinks that people love to refresh them in body and spirit. This is done in ways that create a more sustainable business and better shared future that makes a difference in people's lives. All right, so this is my Coca-Cola's 8 pillars. This is all in millions, by the way. So I have a source down below Yahoo Finance where I got all this information. So basically, the PE ratio is high, overpriced. It's over 20. It's high. Um, but their profit margins are good. 23% is really good. Over 10% is ideal. Now, the revenue over a 5-year change has increased from 34 billion to 42 billion, up over 8 billion in revenue since 2017. They did have a dip in the pandemic, just like most companies, but they made up for it a little bit. Didn't seem to affect them. It did for a little bit short term, but and the profit and income, it's up several billion. The reason for this is in 2017 they had like a problem, like and you'll see it later, the goodwill, they like bought out some like assets and they become intangible, and they just had a problem with um, you know just the acquisition costs. Now their shares have increased. It's not too much, but it's not good. X. But their assets outweigh their liabilities, so that means they're doing good. Now, yeah, the free cash flow down here. So basically, I got from 2017, 2021 annually. I did the all my calculations down there. Basically, 5 years average, 79.48. A couple bad years in there, especially 2018 was not a good year. 2017, 2018 was pretty rough. Like I said earlier, the reasons why for that. Now the market cap, the 32% is way too high. Would not buy Coke today. Their outstanding shares have increased. Their PE ratios on the high end. You could get other shares that are more worth your money. Now, I kind of dug into some of the financial statements. It was like a 130-page financial statement, but I looked on that statement and audit came back well. Shows that their financial statements are fairly all material financial position of the company the last 2 annual years. The cash flows for each of the 3 years in the period ended in the 2021, basically speaking the whole year in conformity with accounting principles. Basically saying everything looks good. Internal control is good. Maintaining internal control is all good. Now, on their website, they have their future strategy. Basically, they have a few bullet points: marketing through brand building, innovation, digital, like going digital, advertising, revenue growth management, and execution, basically executing on all that. And so here's a graphic on the right hand side that basically explains that. Because look at their advertisements, they're correlating with gross profit as well. So it's basically keeping the focus, just expanding upon that. Now, I also wanted to include some things they've done this year, that might have, probably helped with their sales. They've introduced new coffee, Coke, Coke is huge. I know they have other little brands with them, but, the Coca-Cola itself, they had the Dream Roll and Starlight flavors, which, um, most people have heard about those new flavors and tried it. I'm sure that's, helped them. And then here I have basically a part of that document I looked at, the balance sheet. So I found it interesting find including the goodwill assets. I think this goes back to 2017, 2018 where they struggled a little bit. Basically those intangible assets. So I think that's where it comes from. Now, no, this article, separate article, I have higher prices for food. Basically, even though our economy is like in the crap right now, you know, their earnings are still up 15 from 15 to 16. It's good to just stay positive right now. We're in a recession, so that's good. All right, so these are the two competitors. Got PepsiCo and Dr. Pepper, which got bought out by Keurig a few years ago. I kind of forgot about that. So basically, Keurig, Dr. Pepper, it's smaller, but they all check the boxes. I use the profit margin, 5-year revenue, current assets over current liabilities, metrics. So basically, profit margin for PepsiCo, 11%. It's good because it's over 10, so it's Dr. Pepper's 13. That's good. 5-year revenue, Keurig's booming, man. From 6.6 billion to 12.6 in 5 years. It's good. Even PepsiCo, they got Quaker Oats, Gatorade, Tropicana, Lay's. They got all those brands with them, but Pepsi still counts. That's Coke's competitor. So is Gatorade. That's Coke's competitor. And they've had an increase of 17 billion. But then, yeah, I had the Yahoo Finance articles down there. Basically, where I got my information from. But yeah, Keurig stock is kind of low, because there's not as much margin, yeah, or not margin, but revenue there. PepsiCo's more widespread. So I'd say Coke's in between these two. All right, so here's the 2021 income statements I have. Basically, you can tell that Dr. Pepper with Keurig is smaller. And this is all in millions for 2021 right there. All right, so the future strategies for PepsiCo and Keurig. PepsiCo basically says they want to, put their backing in new facilities and products. Here's a statement I'll read off. We look forward to PepsiCo's future success and the positive impact their new facility will have on our communities. It's going to open in summer 2023. They already have a groundwork project on it. Basically, they want to produce many popular products instead of Pepsi, Pepsi Zero. Basically, expanding upon their products. And then over here Dr. Pepper looked on their website. Says they want to focus speed and accountability management. And the article is down there below that states that. But also, here in October of this year, 2022, they announced a strategic realignment, basically expanding upon this, of its supply chain structure designed to strengthen focus, speed, and accountability at the business unit level. So basically, they're just trying to clean up their corporate side, I would say. All right, so the conclusion is overall, Coca Cola is a well run and ethical company. As the audit shows, backs it up. They're below PepsiCo. They don't really have all those acquisitions and all the extra products and labels. But, they got a nice share in the market. Coke is in the positive, but the share is way over the 20% P ratio. Marketing will be the future focus of Coke. The implementation of new products like the Starlight, Dream World, all these products, and also their marketing advertisement. That will help them keep them around for the future. And Coke has just been a name brand for over 125 years. You know, if you've been drinking Coke, you probably still continue to drink Coke. That's just how it is. But thank you for my presentation.